Welcome back to another episode of The Real Deal.
I'm Sam.
I'm Nick.
We did
Naz.
And today we have a very special guest.
Yep.
Naz, who is our guest today?
We have the founder of the FernG team, Fernando Giandomenico himself. Hi, Fern.
How you doing, guys?
Big round of applause. Big round of applause.
Big round of applause to
Huge,
you guys as
huge,
well.
huge. Last time we saw you was season 2. Did we see him on season 2?
Yeah, we've seen him. He was
Quite
in
a few
season
times.
1 because I
Season
watched
one.
that, and then I joined season 2.
Was he on season 2?
Definitely, yeah.
So
he
you're on
was.
season
I think
2.
he was one of the first episodes.
Season 3. How do you like our setup?
I love it.
It's
I
different.
love it.
For term
Different.
title sponsor.
New
So.
year, new
I
setup.
love it. It's getting better and better.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could say that just like the team. So maybe you can catch us up with what you've been doing, where the team's at, what we're doing on the team.
Yeah,
Just give us a general
absolutely.
overall.
Since the last time I was on, this is growing, which is fantastic. It's putting a lot of work into this. Got good guests coming. So I love what I'm seeing. So it's awesome. Also with the team, we have more people joining. We also have now a TV show that we're happy about, Bella Ciao Morning Show. So we're happy about that. We're on Chin FM 100.7 every Wednesday from 11 to 12. So we're happy about that. We're one of the big sponsors for that program. So we're proud of that. And we're also penetrating into the Barrie market as well. We're on radio as well there. So a lot of things happening since the last time we were on.
Making moves.
Yeah.
Local superstar.
Big moves.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask all the questions.
You do what you got to do. Do what you got to do.
Is this where you edit?
This is where we clean it up.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, Fern, so maybe you can talk about maybe some of the production that the team's been doing and some of the things we've been training on and working towards on our team, maybe how our marketing's leveled up, because I think a lot of people have seen that out there. How do we stand out? What are we doing different? What are you doing different to stand out?
I think the team is understanding now the structure that we have in place, but also, like yourselves and many others that's doing social media on a constant basis, you guys helping them and showing what you're doing is helping them. So they're seeing kind of the activity that you guys are getting from it. You guys are making transactions from it. So I think they're starting to realize they need to implement certain things in order for the businesses to carry forward to achieve the goals they want. And the biggest thing, as you know, is their accountability as well. On the team, every week we have our accountability group sessions, different levels of it. Either you're new or you're advanced into the, in the business. And we strongly believe that, accountability and tracking your numbers and everything you do in your business is very important. Because number one, you're going to know where you're at in your business, if you're achieving the goals that you want to achieve. Because if you don't know where your business is at, okay, how are you going to know if you're going to make any money or things are going the right way? You're not going to know.
Right.
But by tracking and doing the work every single day, we can find out where the problem lies if you're having issues in your business, just by your numbers, believe it or not.
Yep.
Okay, so that's one thing that's really, really improved on the team. And we can see because we've had one of our best months ever on the team since we created the team 6 years ago. So
crazy.
best month ever. So we're proud of
January
that.
2024.
January 2024, yes.
It's killer.
And this is like the start of a new year. Usually we know the market doesn't start off very strong at the beginning, but it was amazing. So
what do you think agents have to be doing right now in this market compared to what they were doing before? Let's say you've been doing this 30 years, right? So I'm sure you've seen the agent evolve in a sense. What do you think agents have to be doing right now in their business to be successful? Because clearly we have a successful bunch of agents on our team. So you as a leader and your influence has obviously helped all of us get there. But what do you think agents need to be doing in order to achieve success right now in this market?
Well, the biggest thing I always preach is go back to the basics. Social media, all the new things that we're doing and the youngsters are doing is great. Okay, it's about branding, but you got to go back to the basics. So it's what I've realized that our team has gone back to the basics. Okay, like open houses, door knocking, okay, many other things that we do. And the people that are doing it on the team are the ones that are getting a lot of activity. Because it's all about prospecting in our business. If you don't prospect, you're not going to make any money.
I think it's
in
a
any sales, not just in real
combination,
estate,
yeah,
right? And
exactly.
a combination of both helps. So the social media is about branding what you're doing. They see you every day doing something, so they know you're busy, right? So, but
But you're right. If you're not actually putting the work in, that's just the cover page for you. If you're not knocking, calling, and doing
that's
the
right.
basics.
You can have all the tools in the world, but if you don't execute, and I'm going to use that strong, execute, you're not going anywhere in any sales position. So you need to execute everything that you learn. So it's about execution. And that's going to be my key word for 2024.
What happened to reflect?
Yeah, I've been
Well,
getting,
reflect. I got
I've been
another
getting a
word.
lot of reflect this
Execution
year.
and reflect.
Reflect is big. That's started right at the beginning of the
Execution,
year.
That's a combo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing. And that's what I've noticed with the team, the people that are actually prospecting every day, and we call it our perfect week, as you know. Your perfect week for everyone is different, right, based on your schedule, but you have to have that room for prospecting. And I strongly believe if you do 3 hours of focused prospecting every single day, you will achieve any goal that you want. 3 hours, that's it. But
Uninterrupted.
uninterrupted, no phones there, no nothing, like
Yes.
no distractions, no procrastinating, none of that stuff.
Yeah.
And if you do 3 hours a day, I think you'll achieve every goal that you have. That's it, 3 hours.
I think you do a lot of self work and then work on the team on mindset. And I think going back to that, making sure you have your perfect week, incorporating your 3 hours of prospecting, I think that has a lot to do with your mindset, right?
Well, absolutely.
So how are like some ways that you keep your mindset strong and healthy every single day so that you can go forward and influence your team?
What I had to do, I mean, from way back, because I was procrastinating all the time. I'm going to be honest. Like when I started, like
Everybody's guilty
whatever
of
would have
that.
taken me 3 hours
Yeah.
to do took me 9 hours. So I'd be at the office at 9, leave at 9. But really, I could have done everything that I needed to do in 3 hours because everything gets in the way.
Yeah.
People show up into your office, you have a coffee, you chit chat, an hour, 2 hours goes by.
I think balance, though, is another word you always talk about having in your business.
Yes,
So-
you have to have balance, but you also have to sacrifice a lot in order to fulfill any dreams that you have. It doesn't come easy. We all know that. So you have to sacrifice something, right? So, but getting back to not procrastinating, not have any interruptions at all, you have to be focused. So when are we most focused? I think most people are most focused in the morning. That's what I strongly believe. So what I started doing is prospecting in the morning because for me, once the afternoon comes along, like my mind's not working anymore. That's me,
Good
right?
point.
So not that I get distracted, but I rather do other things. Okay, let's be honest, right? So especially if it's a beautiful sunny day, you don't want to be prospecting in the afternoon when you could be probably at a patio having a drink and networking,
100%,
right?
yeah.
You're still networking, still working, but
Networking.
it's networking.
call it
Naz likes those lunches.
I think that's an ass feed.
Not just favorite time of the day, afternoon.
Well, he's ready for St. Patrick's here.
I'm a month away.
That's so
You know, I had to throw that one in.
it's coming.
FernG leprechaun today.
It's all good. No, really, but
okay,
so
bring the
I think
luck.
in the morning, for me, that's what worked in the morning. So by noon, I did everything I needed to do, and then it's about sending out emails, whatever looking up properties for clients, showings, preparing showings. If you have an offer presentation or a listing presentation, prepare that. But prospecting that's not prospecting. Prospecting is making contacts. And if you're not making new contacts every single day, where's your business going to be in a week, a month, a year from now?
I think
Nowhere.
that's the confusion with what agents get confused about. What's a lead, what's a contact, and what's my actual clientele and business, right?
Absolutely.
So I know you've done a really good job with explaining that to myself because I've been able to differentiate between the two. Maybe you can speak to how you've influenced the team on building a stronger business and creating their core values and bringing that value to the table for their clients.
Well, we believe in the second mile service, right?
Yeah.
Go above and beyond. What makes you different? As we know, there's tons and tons of realtors. Realtors are coming in, realtors are leaving. We all know that within the first 5 years of them being in real estate, 80% leave the business, right?
Yeah.
Big numbers, but there's always people coming in. So it's always going to be a turnover. But you need to be different. So there's 70,000, I don't even know the number, but
it's more
around
than
there.
that.
I think it's
even
80
more.
or
Yeah,
90
it's almost
now,
90.
yeah.
I can't even keep up with the numbers, so
Yeah,
let's put it that way.
insane.
So, but what makes you different?
Yeah.
So if you go on an appointment, a listing presentation or a buyer presentation, what makes you different than the other 70, 80,000 people,
Totally.
right? They're agents just like you. They have the same license. Yeah, we might know more. It doesn't matter about knowing more. What makes you different than the rest of the agents? So if you don't have value, and you have to provide the wow factor with any clients, okay? Because that's important. Like Starbucks, why do people pay $7 for a coffee when you can go Tim Hortons pay two and change, right? Because they got that wow factor, they got that experience,
And
the
that's
wow
that
factor.
value that converts that contact to an actual client, right?
That's right.
To a sale.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. So when you're going on a presentation, you got to be well prepared. And on our team, we're well prepared. We have presentations, we have the differences, what makes us different, our value that we have for clients. So that's the difference. So people are going to compare that, right? We know people question commissions all the time, but you gotta think of what kind of realtor you want to be, right? That's the first thing. Do you want to be a realtor that has no value and just make what you make, or do you want to have value and be portrayed as this is the person I want to use because they provide the service, give me a wow factor, and also get me top dollar,
Yeah, exactly.
right? So that's what you got to think of. What kind of realtor do you want
It's
to
how
be?
you show up.
I think a lot of people get into the industry with the thought that they can do this. Oh, I can do it part time. I can make X amount of dollars, supplement my income. But I don't think people realize how much work it actually takes to even make one deal in this business, let alone multiple deals a year in this business, right? So
Well, we know the average agents out there, 50% make zero deals.
Zero deals.
So it tells you that. That's how strong the stats are. And then out of the 50%, only 50% make 3 deals or less. So that tells you that, only maybe 15% of all the agents will make all the money. So where do you want to be?
Like Nat said, if you want to get rich in real estate, there's other ways to do it than having your license. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, listen, this business is stressful. We know. We're dealing with people every day. There's problems that come out all the time. So you got to solve problems a lot of times in this business, which is not easy for everyone to do, right?
But I also, that's what kind of blows my mind about discount agents, like 1% agents. I don't like, why deal with the headache for 1%?
do you know how much that work that is for 1%?
Like, you know what I mean?
People don't realize.
I guess
it.
it's a volume thing, right? They work off volume.
It is
but-
volume, but those companies have been around since I've been in real estate over 30 years, and they're always going to be around. When the market is good, yeah, really. My nephew that's 14 years old can sell real estate. Let's face it, guys,
true.
okay? You have to be, everybody's a top realtor when the market is, you're selling a house in 6 hours. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But how about selling houses in a bad market or getting clients in a bad market? Yeah, that's when the cream
what
always
makes you a
rises.
good
That's what they
agent.
say. So this is where the top agents make more money. Believe it or not, top agents make more money in a down market than a good market.
So true.
Okay,
That
those
is
are-
very true.
It's always happened to me.
Yeah.
So, but getting
Markets
back,
like this wean out those who can survive and who are actually meant to be agents, and those who are just tire kickers, as we call them in this industry.
yeah, people that think they can do this part time, it's impossible. Yeah,
No.
can you make a couple deals here and there and luck out with some family members? Great.
You have to be
But
all
if you're
in.
not prospecting, what money are you going to make? So you're going to get people that know you, maybe. Because the people that know you might not even want to work with you because you're part time. They're going to say, "What do you know about real estate?"
Yeah.
So, doomed if you do, doomed if you don't. I believe in anything you do. You got to be 100% in, not 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
I told you guys
Doesn't
that he
work.
said that.
You did say that last time.
Told you guys last time.
Yeah.
That he said that.
So on that topic, with the attitude and the mindset, where do you see the future of our team going, and the future of FernG?
There's a lot of things happening as you go. You guys know
It's a
behind
packed
the
question,
scenes.
I know.
Let's put it this way: it's going to grow at a rapid speed.
Yeah,
So
don't give
that's
away
what
all
I
the
see.
secret
Exciting.
sauce.
So
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to have hopefully some special announcement down the road, but all I can tell you that what we're trying to create is something different. Remember, something where there's more value for the agent. So, and this is what I've always had in my mind to do, and we're going to implement everything possible to get that and achieve that for ourselves
Yeah.
as a team and as
It's all a commitment thing, right? At the end of the day, I mean, you're committed to the goal, but you have to have a team behind you. And I don't mean agents, I mean a team of people who can help propel you and your agents to that goal, right? We talked about this a couple nights ago. It's agents are great. You're going to have, like you said, it's high turnover. You can have 500 agents, you can have 1,000 agents. They're always going to be kind of recycling in and out. But you need a team behind you that's going to get you there, because you're only as good as your corner,
Absolutely.
right?
Can't do it by yourself, for sure. You need a good team. You need leadership.
Environment,
That's the
good
key.
environment. I think you can only grow in an environment with like-minded people who want to support you and see you grow and be successful.
Yeah. I mean, listen, along the way, we've had some issues with things happening, growing, of course.
Yeah,
That
well,
happens with
growing
any
pains.
business
Growing
that's
pains,
growing.
yeah.
As soon as you grow, you get to a plateau, and then things got to change and to get to the next level. So you're always constantly doing more things in order
Yeah.
to get to the next level. You can't keep on doing the same things. You want to keep on growing.
Sure.
So Jim Rohn used to say, if you want things to change, you need to change.
Yeah.
If you want more, you need to do more. Very simple. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out, right?
True.
Right? So if you want to do more than you did last year, you got to do more than you did last year. So you're not going to get more business doing the same thing. It doesn't work that
An
way.
animal will never grow bigger than the cage it's in, right? So
Absolutely.
or whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
You
that's
want better, you got to go out and get it.
Yep.
Yeah. And I mean, in this business, why wouldn't you want better? It's one of those businesses that allows you to get better, to have more, to have
There is
to have
endless
abundance, right? That's this
opportunities.
business.
Definitely
Listen. In this business here, you can achieve whatever you want. It's unlimited income.
Yeah.
You're in sales, it's unlimited income. But it comes with a price.
Well, it's truly one of those you put in what you get out what you put in businesses,
Absolutely.
right? It's not like getting a salary and going to work every day, and if you slack off one day, nothing happens. You still get paid that day. It's not. Sales is not like that.
Yeah.
It's not made for everybody. Sales. It's you got to be. I think you have to be born to be a salesperson. I don't think everybody is made a salesperson. I think you can learn how to be one. But yeah, it's not for everybody.
And this is why we track everything, because your numbers tell the story.
Numbers don't lie.
No, results
That
don't
is-
lie, for sure.
That's a really strong point because for me, I struggle with my numbers, but when I do count my numbers, I always go much further. And I think you influencing that for our team and our accountability sessions has shown, right? I think the 6 months of accountability has really worked now come January, right? It's
Well, it has.
The numbers
So,
are
I mean,
there.
listen, it's not easy. It wasn't easy for me either, trust me. This is not something, like when I hired my first coach, you guys know the story, and he says, well, you got to make so many contacts a week, and I'm going to hold you accountable to that every single week. So every week, like, okay, I fell short. Like, how many times I'm going to have an excuse?
Yeah.
Like, listen, things get in the way, I get it, but every day?
Yeah.
I'm in it full time, not part time, so there was no excuses, right? There was absolutely no excuses, and he was right. So going back into mindset, and what gets me back on track is my constant calls with my coaches.
Yeah.
Because if it's like you guys. So if you have a problem, you come to me and we try to figure it out.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I have a problem, I have to go to somebody too. So I
Yeah.
go to my coach,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that's what kind of clears the way for me to where I'm stuck if I'm having an issue. So and that's what I do. So I have a coach call myself.
So
you
what
know?
what drew you to real estate? Because you've always been an entrepreneur. You're a serial entrepreneur. Right?
I
You've
have
had
been.
multiple
I've never worked for
businesses,
anybody in my
never worked
life.
for anybody. But why this industry versus I don't know any other industry that you could have gotten into?
I'll give you the honest truth. So you're right. I had businesses all along, and it got to the point where I was selling the last business. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and basically, a friend of mine had just started a brokerage. Okay, and he says, "Why don't you get your real estate license?" I knew I didn't want to work for anybody. I didn't want to be tied down. I wanted to do what I wanted to do
When you
anytime
wanted to
when
do
I
it.
wanted to. So I didn't want a boss telling me, well, you got to work 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And no disrespect for that. That was not me.
It just wasn't
right?
you,
Because
yeah.
I was just used to doing whatever I wanted to do. I worked hard.
Yeah.
But if I wanted to take the day off, I take the day off.
You've always
wanted
been
to
a
take a week
hustler,
off.
but-
Exactly,
yeah.
right? So I said, well, you know what? I love sales. I love people. I love networking. I go, that's a good idea. So what I did is I started getting my my license, and I went to work at that brokerage for a couple of years, and then I realized, well, I need more.
Yeah.
I want to be a top producer.
Yeah.
So I was following certain people, and I was saying, okay, well, what are they doing different? And that's when I went to my first event, kind of, and learned a few things. And I said, well, this is what I got to implement. So let me go to a different brand. So I went to a different brand, different brokerage, and I partnered up with my friend that got me in the business. And the rest was history. But, you know, along the way, things happen. We personally grow and,
Evolve.
evolve, and everybody's different. But that's how I got into the real estate business, to be honest with you. It's just my friend saying, listen, why don't you get your real estate license? I said, hey, let me give it a shot. But it was not easy.
Yeah.
Guys,
Never
there's
is.
many days I wanted to quit. That's the truth, because you got to prospect. And that's the bottom line. So if, I wasn't used to getting on the phones. Remember, back then there was no CRMs, no lead generation. Open up the yellow pages and start calling.
Yeah.
That's it, guys. That's what we did to make
Yeah.
contacts.
Yeah.
So that's what we had to do. Door knocking, open houses. You want to make contacts, what we need to do. Or you had to spend money on, postcards and stuff. But
Yeah.
who had the money to spend back then on that stuff when we first started? Right now, we're trying to make a buck, right, to survive. So it wasn't easy. But one thing I could tell you, that if you put it in your head that you want to achieve success, you will. And I wasn't going to give up, because I said, this is what I know now. I don't know what else I would be doing. I'm not working for anybody. I don't want to be in retail anymore. And I'm going to make this happen.
Yeah.
And one way I made it happen, and along the way, I had great people that mentored me, hired great coaches, and that's what got me to where I am today.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And I think,
Well, I think before
Yeah.
we get to that
Yeah.
main question.
well, we've asked for in this question,
Yeah.
so I think I was actually going to say, I think
just-
that's a good way
I
to,
wanna-
to
I
leave
wanna
everyone
add-
off today, actually. Yeah.
Before we get into that question, we get this question a lot, so I want to hear it from FernG. Is where do you think the market is headed in 2024? With 31 years in the business, and I know you've seen the ups and downs of the market, what is your outlook for 2024?
I think I've been answering this question all of January.
Yeah, every day.
Everybody I meet.
One more time won't hurt.
Yesterday, I'm at the dentist, right? She finished. She goes, what do you do? Because I was all dressed up. She goes, oh, you look nice today. I go, yeah, I'm coming from work, right? She goes, oh, you're coming from work? Yeah, well, it is, during the week, and it's 11 o'clock in the morning. But she asked me, she goes, so what do you do? I said, I'm in real estate. She goes, oh, great. Where do you think the market's going? Because me and my boyfriend are looking. So it's funny you're
How
asking
are you
this
looking to make a move in the next
Yeah.
3 to 6 months?
Yeah, it's a question we get asked.
Yeah.
So what I said to her, and I say everybody else, we've had a great January. One of the best Januaries since we've had the team, okay? And Januaries are usually a slow start to the real estate game. And the fact that the last part of the year, 2023, there was already a lot of activity, I saw this happening in the start, okay? So I kind of predicted it myself, and it happened. And what I see is the market is going to be fantastic. For realtors, this is your opportunity to make as much money as you can, okay? Because what's happened is the consumer confidence is coming back, because the interest rate hasn't moved for a while, and I don't think they will. They're only going to go down. Now, when they go down will be another story. I'm predicting more in the fall, but as long as they keep them stable, guys, the way they are, the confidence will be even stronger, and people are going to buy and sell. You got to remember, 31 years, people always need to buy and sell for whatever reason. So that'll never stop, okay? It's not like today people say, we're not buying, we're not selling. No, that's never going to happen, okay? But the market will be strong this year, more near the end of the year. But people are looking, people are moving on. They realize, look, things happen in the world all over, but you got to move on with your life. Remember, you can only control your world, which is your family.
Yeah.
You can't control everything around you. It's impossible. We don't have that power. Okay, so control your world. And as realtors, and I'm speaking to realtors, just go out there and do what you need to do every single day, and you'll have the best year ever in 24.
Said.
Beautiful.
I think that's a wrap.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to cap
Thank
it
you
off.
guys for having me on.
Yeah,
It
thanks
was
for
great.
being on,
Hopefully I
Fern.
can be on more often, maybe an invite more than once.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're so busy. We have
Just
so
joking.
many guests.
No,
It's
just
so
joking.
hard to
To get our team
to
leader
get our
on.
team leader on. No, we appreciate you being on. Appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to come
Be here
down
with
and,
us, yeah.
be with us, but also to talk to the people who do watch and
Yeah.
listen and give them some advice, whether they're realtors or
Well, hopefully
buyers and
I-
sellers.
There was some advice there.
Yeah, there was some good advice there.
All right. Thank you,
Okay,
guys.
And that's the real deal.
That's a wrap.